So one of the scariest things that can happen while you're driving is your car begins to overheat. You'll notice that the coolant temperature gauge on your dashboard has a needle that will start to go up to the H or a red mark. You'll also notice that there'll be smoke coming out from underneath the hood. The first thing you want to do when this happens is turn off your car immediately. Your engine is overheating and you could do damage to the car. You want to make sure that you're in a safe place though. So pull off safely to the side of the road and turn the car off. Let it sit for like 20 minutes, okay? The engine is really hot, the coolant inside of the engine is really hot, and you can burn yourself if you're working on a car that's too hot. Let it sit and cool off for 20 minutes. The next thing you want to do is lift up the hood and check out what's going on. We learned that coolant is different neon colors, so they're very bright and easy to see. Neon green, neon orange, and neon pink are the typical colors of coolant. So if you know that you have a neon green, start looking for that underneath the hood, near the radiator, near the engine, near the coolant bottle reservoir. It's maybe giving you an idea of what's happening. Do you have a leak somewhere? Do you see coolant on the ground? Check it out for yourself and do a little investigating. If you're looking at your coolant bottle reservoir and you see it is empty, it has markings on there that let you know if it's low or full with coolant. If you see that there is no coolant in there, you're going to want to add coolant into the coolant bottle reservoir. Once you do that, turn the car back on. See if it begins to overheat. It may take 5 minutes of running to tell if it's going to start to overheat again. Let it run for a little bit. If it begins to overheat, once you added the coolant in, shut the car off again so you don't damage your engine, and call your PCT or roadside service to help. If it doesn't overheat and it stays running well with the coolant that you added, I'd still take the car to your PCT. There's a reason why it did overheat. There could be a block, there could be a small leak somewhere, so you'll need to figure out what's going on so it doesn't happen to you again. So even if you can get out of the situation by putting in coolant and still driving the car without it overheating, you still want to know what's going on. Take it to your PCT. Now there's one little trick that you can do if you don't have coolant in your car, in your trunk, is to use water. You can add water to the coolant bottle reservoir as a temporary solution. Turn your car on again just like you would for the coolant and make sure it doesn't overheat. Let it run for 5 minutes at least, not overheating, but still take it to your mechanic. They need to flush out the water and put in coolant in, but also diagnose what could be going on. The one thing we really want to learn from this is do not drive your car if it's overheating. You could damage the engine where you'll need a new car, where a gallon of coolant will cost you 20 bucks. So make sure that you're prepared if your car starts to overheat. You turn it off as soon as possible. You add the same color coolant that you have or water to your coolant bottle reservoir, and definitely call your PCT for help if it does not stop to overheat.